Welcome to Northland Basketball, presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into Northland Basketball. Welcome tonight to Show Low High School, Hatch Toyota Arena. It's the site for tonight's doubleheader of varsity basketball action. And in game one, it's the number one ranked girls team in 3A basketball here in the state of Arizona. The Show Low Cougars taking on the Snowflake Lobos. Snowflake checks in as the number 10 ranked team in girls basketball. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons. We're about ready to go here, just a moment away from the national anthem and starting lineups here tonight at Show Low High School. Well, this Show Low team has gotten off to a tremendous start for that coach right there, Christy Francis. What a year they've had. They've suffered just one loss. That was to Miami. That loss came just before Christmas. They had a huge winning streak that preceded that, and they've started back in their winning ways since they lost that basketball game. To take a closer look at what's happened since that loss to Miami, that came on December 21st. They have won, 3 games in a row. That includes victories over both Holbrook and Payson in the 3A East. Out on the floor, I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Coach Francis made an announcement. We'll catch some of the ambient sound here and see if we can figure out what it is. There's some basketballs being given away, presented. Okay, the varsity is giving basketball gifts to the 7th and 8th grade basketball team here at Show Low Junior High is where that would be. And just kind of building on some success, right? And reaching down into the lower ranks of high school, of basketball here, youth basketball. And I like the move. I've always felt like varsity teams should spend time at the junior high and the grade school level with some of those athletes and kids. You know, those youngsters look up to the varsity athletes as just heroic figures. And the more time that is spent with them, the better, I think. Now starting lineups here at Hatch Toyota Arena. Well, it's a little difficult to hear the public address announcer here, so I'll go ahead and help him out with the announcement of the starters. For the Snowflake Lobos, the visitors, Chloe Reedhead in the starting lineup. Kenzie Brogan gets a start today. So does Natalie Carlisle. These very familiar names in the starting lineup for Snowflake. Lindsay Carlisle will start today, and so does Chloe Ulberg. Those are the 5 Snowflake Lady Lobos. And now the home team, top-ranked Show Low. What a season the Show Low Cougars are putting together. And the first name announced is a superstar. The junior Raquel Wilson in the starting lineup. Also starting this game, of course, for Show Low, Mackenzie Coolish, Special K. Amberlyn Lindsay gets her name announced in the Show Low starting lineup. Here comes Grace Moore. Grace is one of our Sports Zone players of the game when we recently covered the Lady Cougars. And the final starter is a senior, Aubrey Wilson. Shaking hands with Mike Rogan, the coach of Snowflake, who used to coach these young ladies before moving over to Snowflake. Meanwhile, it is time now for the national anthem. terrific job by those two young Lady Cougars. Aubrey Wilson joined by Tatum Moore from the Show Low Basketball team to sing the national anthem. And if they play as well as they harmonized out there tonight, it's going to be a long night, tough night for the Snowflake Lobos. So we bring you in, everybody, courtside to Show Low High School and tonight's broadcast of Northland Basketball. It's presented here at the Sports Zone. And we're about ready to go. Number one, Show Low. Show Low Cougars with a phenomenal season to this point. Overall record for Show Low coming in 20-1. Yeah, 20-1. And Snowflake is 13-5. Lady Cougars well on their way to reaching a 30-win season. Let's see how much of that can get done and how much further they go beyond 30, because I believe they're going to get to that spot. Aubrey Wilson pulls up for the first shot of the game for Show Low. That one's off the mark, and we're officially underway. We'll get a whistle and a foul, and that's the first whistle of the game. It's going to be Aubrey. That gets called for the personal. So foul number one on Show Low. Remember this, there are 5 fouls allowed each quarter. You get to 5 fouls, and the other team gets into bonus. Working inside, Chloe Ulberg goes to work for Snowflake, and Chloe gets the first points of the game. And a 2-0 lead for the Snowflake Lobos, ranked number 10, as they bring it into this matchup with the top-ranked Show Low Lady Cougars. And a steal. Stepping right in front of it, Nicole Hips. We'll see if she can finish. Unable to, but Amberlyn Lindsay is whistled for her first foul of the game. 2 fouls on Show Low. And this one a shooting foul for Nicole Hips. And a good start for Snowflake. Nicole to step to the line, try to make this a 4-0 start for Snowflake. The first shot, unfortunately, not going to go in. Talking with Mike Brogan, the Snowflake head coach. He recently lost, just a couple of days ago, lost at Window Rock. Window Rock, a fantastic basketball team, and he has all the respect in the world for Window Rock. Even stating that they might be the best team in 3A basketball right now, or at least playing like the best team in the 3A right now. Show Low would have something to say about that. And look at this, Aubrey Wilson. Nicely done, going around the defender with the left hand, laying it up off the glass for the first points of the game for Show Low. But Coach Brogan talking about Window Rock and talking about that game with 3 minutes left in the first half. And the two defenses really having their way. In that game against Window Rock, the score was just 8-5. 8-5 with 3 minutes left in the half. Obviously, not a lot of offense. And then in the final 3 minutes, Window Rock made 11 free throws to close out the half. They got that lead, got a margin of about 12 points-ish or something like that going into halftime. And that's kind of how the game stayed the rest of the way. Snowflake kept it right there, but could not get really any closer than that, and Window Rock ended up with the win by about that measure. We'll get a whistle and a foul. And that'll be the first foul of the game to work against Snowflake. Lindsay Carlisle gets called for the foul. That's her first, Snowflake's first team foul. Lindsay will check out of the game on that foul, and replacing her is Hadley Nichols for Snowflake. Hadley checks in, takes the inbound pass from Nicole Hips, and Snowflake will try to break the press. And they do. Kinsey Brogan with the overhead pass to Carlisle. Now a jump shot from Nichols off the right angle is no good. And it tips out of bounds. And stops the clock with 5:56 on the clock here in the first period. Welcome into our broadcast on Mix 98 KRFM Show Low, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio. Thanks for joining us on the radio. And if you have a chance, you might want to check out the live video, because we're bringing you live video coverage on the Sports Zone Radio Facebook and YouTube channels. And I actually recommend the YouTube channel. Show Low taking on Snowflake in this girls varsity basketball showdown. Cougars basketball here at the Sports Zone. 3-2 the start for Snowflake in front. And after a whistle and a player exchange for Show Low, The inbound pass comes in from Jordan Boyce, getting her first action here in the game so far. Grace Moore going between a couple of defenders. And the pressure was on right there. Chloe Ullberg, I think, may have disrupted that effort the most. And the ball goes out of bounds. Grace knocked it out of bounds for Show Low. Snowflake takes over. And the Lobos will bring it across. Good job by Ullberg to break it. And a pass goes into Hadley Nichols. She feeds her teammate who travels there in the paint. There's Natalie Carlisle, the trailer that came up at the end of that play. And Natalie gets called for the travel. Show Low back in possession of the basketball with 5 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Girls basketball. And Raquel Wilson's pass is stolen. She's going to steal it back from Nicole Hips. So Nicole stole it first, and then Raquel just put the pressure on her and stole her pass back, and then put the shot in. That's a big reason why Show Low has been ranked so high. They've been the #1 ranked team in the state since the rankings came out here in January. So we're like into week 3 of the rankings, something like that. And you'll watch it again. Raquel Wilson just take it right away. She got some help from Aubrey. I think Aubrey may have tipped that dribble from behind. Raquel picked it up, scooped it up, made the shot, and Show Low pulls ahead here early on. 4-3 in front. We're going to get a timeout, everybody. Stand by. Returning to Show Low in just a moment with more Northland Basketball right here at the Sports Zone.
Whoa! Did you see Cellular One's affordable connectivity plan now comes with a 100 gigabyte hotspot?
We can stream for days.
Yes, that's right. The Cellular One ACP plan now includes 100 gigabytes of LTE data. Use it as a hotspot every month in addition to unlimited data on your smartphone. Tribal land residents on government assistance programs can access the free ACP plan, including those enrolled in WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, and Medicaid. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to 1 line per household.
4 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock on the inbound for Snowflake after their timeout. And they'll work it to Kinsey Brogan toward the right corner. She pushes a pass inside. Raya Denhalter has come in and, well, she's joined this lineup for Snowflake. And a ball out of bounds. Also into the lineup and getting ready to throw the inbound pass is Taylor Hancock. And she does get the ball in to Nicole Hips, and she'll lose the dribble. For a moment, her teammate is there, Hadley Nichols, but Hadley throws it right to Mackenzie Coolish. Special K with the steal. And she's going to get another steal. And a turnover. She was falling into backcourt after stealing the ball after she gave it up. So a couple of turnovers there by Mackenzie in a short span to match 2 steals that she got. And when you net the whole thing, Snowflake's got the ball back, and they'll try a 3-pointer. Hips with the shot, couldn't make it from the top of the key, and we've got 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And the score here is 4-3. The Show Low Lady Cougars in front. Grace Moore comes out to receive a pass, and she's going to get hand checked by Kenzie Brogan. That'll be Kenzie's first foul of the game for Snowflake. And for the Lobos, second team foul now here in the first quarter. So Brogan the foul, not a shooting foul. And Mackenzie Coolish delivers the inbound pass to Raquel Wilson. Back to Coolish on the right angle. Man-to-man Snowflake defense. Taylor Hancock closely guarding Coolish. And she'll give the pass up to the top of the key to Raquel Wilson, to Aubrey Wilson, who has to come out and track down a loose ball. Back to Raquel at the top now, Special K. She's going to do a little fancy dribble work. Hits to the baseline. Shoes on her a little bit slick, a little slippery there on the baseline. And as she tried to curl around Taylor Hancock at the baseline, Taylor commits a foul. That'll be Taylor's first of the game. Raquel Wilson checks out, and Jaylee Boyce comes in for Show Low. Inbound. That was a great that was a great pass to me. And a great job of fielding the pass, by the way, by me as well. You're welcome very much. Snowflake the inbound, and we're back to the action here. 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Lobos try to retake the lead. They've got a 3 on the way, and Kenzie Brogan Miss it off the front rim. Snowflake offensive rebound. Outside, Nicole Hips knocks down a big three for Snowflake. And the Lobos move back in front. 6-4, the lead for Snowflake. The Lobos defensively going to take one away. Nicole Hips the steal. She's going to go 1-on-2, but that is Jaylee Boyce chasing her down as you take another look at the Nicole Hips three-point make a couple of moments ago. And Show Low's going to take a timeout. They're going to spend their first timeout of the game as Snowflake's pressure is building here in this first quarter. 2:54 remaining in the period. And we'll grab us a timeout as well, everybody. Stand by. This is Northland Basketball, presented by the Sports Zone.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook, or call 928-524-6854.
We're back in, everybody, and welcome you back into our broadcast coverage of this showdown between the number 1 ranked Show Low Lady Cougars and the Snowflake Lobos. Score here is 6-4. 6-4. Show Low in front of the number 10 ranked Snowflake Lobos. Show Low with a 20-1 overall record. Snowflake 13-5. That includes tournament games. Tournament games are not factored into the standings or official game count by the AIA. But overall, they count and they matter, and I believe that they're factored into the rankings. Games played outside of regular season games. Show Low's going to bring back in Amberlyn Lindsay and Raquel Wilson. And out go the Boyce twins, everybody. How you doing, Scott? Scott Hoffmeyer, the athletic director here at Show Low. Inbound. Snowflake's got the basketball. Little jumper in the paint by Chloe Ulberg did not go in. Snowflake was able to grab the offensive rebound. But a pass stolen by Raquel Wilson. And Raquel unable to make the shot. Good job by Natalie Carlisle dropping back on defense to make it tough. And here's a Show Low steal. Mackenzie Coolish. Her pass, she kind of handcuffed her teammate. Raquel Wilson with that pass, and that allowed Snowflake to get hands in there on the ball. That's Chloe Reedhead helping to tie it up. Tied up jump ball. Snowflake will have possession for an inbound pass. 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. The Lobos leading 6-4. Ulberg gets it across. It's Raya Denhalter, and that pass dropped back to Chloe Reedhead for a big three. Reedhead hits the second three of the first quarter for the Lady Lobos, and they lead 9-4. Pull-up jump shot from Amberlyn Lindsay at the free throw line is no good. Might have been actually kind of partially blocked there. Didn't hit anything. Shot clock. Well, the officials reset the shot. They reset the shot clock. Should not have reset it, but it doesn't matter anyway because it ends up running out at about the 25-second mark, so it was not going to be a factor. Meanwhile, here comes Snowflake with the basketball, and they're going to turn it over. Denhalter couldn't control it. And Aubrey Wilson took it away. Coolish drive baseline, kicked it back outside. Grace Moore, and now it's Aubrey Wilson at the top, coming off the screen. Shot no good. Tipped around. Ulberg tips it to Denhalter, and she's going to throw it back court. And that will be a turnover. Well, I'll tell you, hadn't been a lot of success yet. I think both coaches would want to see a little better rhythm, a little better control of the basketball, a little better shooting, all of those things, but the intensity level is there for these two squads. Well, they are playing fast and furious. Here's Ulberg. Ulberg with the tipped pass and Floyd Simmons with the save. Saving this equipment here on the broadcast desk. Somewhat valuable equipment, I would say. Inbound for Show Low comes into Coolish. Restart the clock, under 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bounce pass inside, it's tipped away for Show Low. They were looking inside to Sydney Stahl. Sydney has come into the lineup. Now returning for Show Low is Jordan Boyce. She'll give Coolish a rest for the final 46 seconds of the first quarter. Lindsay, the pass in, that's taken away by Natalie Carlisle. So another turnover. Both teams been plagued a bit by the turnover, and there's another one. Chloe Reedhead trying to hit a teammate on the wing, and one official said Show Low's ball. The other official overruled and said it was last touched by the Cougars. And I agree with that. I think it was. Chloe Reedhead leaves the game for the final 37 seconds of the first quarter, and replacing her is Nicole Hips. Inbound and a shot on the way for three, and that is good for Snowflake. Kennedy Stewart comes in, and Kennedy, on her first shot attempt for Snowflake, hits a big three, and the Lobos lead the number one ranks Show Low Cougars 12-4. Aubrey Wilson cut off going to the baseline and throws it away. Nicole Hips with the steal. So the Cougars have a number of turnovers in this first quarter. And then we get a foul called on Show Low, just to add some insult to injury right there. This is the fourth team foul, so it will not send Snowflake to the foul line. It's Amberlyn Lindsay's second personal of the game. Here's the inbound. Carlisle swinging around left side. Snowflake with 5 seconds, and a ball that gets tipped into backcourt, recovered by Kennedy Stewart. Time running out. Time does run out. But Snowflake's got to be happy. They've come into Show Low. They've come into hostile territory, and it's loud in this place. And Snowflake takes a 12-4 lead into the second quarter. We'll grab a timeout, sports fans, and return in just a moment. More Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook, or call 928-524-6854.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Back to the action at Show Low High School. The second quarter is underway. The inbound pass controlled by Show Low. They had a couple of shots, couldn't make it. And Chloe Ulberg steals a pass for Snowflake, and that's been kind of the early story here. Snowflake has controlled things defensively, forced a number of turnovers as we bring you back into Northland Basketball and Show Low Cougars basketball here tonight at Hatch Toyota Arena. A 12-4 advantage for Snowflake over Show Low. Snowflake is ranked number 10 in the state. Show Low is the top-ranked team, number 1 in 3A girls basketball. A steal again for Snowflake. Nicole Hips running and gone, and boy, she was on the move. A lot of speed, couldn't make the layup. And then after the rebound, Snowflake did commit a hand check foul. And we'll get an inbound in just a moment. For Show Low, the lady that committed the foul is Kenzie Brogan. Kenzie's now got her second foul of the game. And she'll leave the game for Coach Mike Brogan, her father. Replaced on the floor by Hadley Nichols. Nichols joins Nicole Hips, Natalie Carlisle, Chloe Ulberg, and the fifth Lady Lobo out there right now is Lindsay Carlisle. I'll check Show Low after we watch. A nice drive and finish. Shot good for Raquel Wilson, her second field goal in the first half, and the first scoring for Show Low in quite a while. I mean, they spent a lot of that remaining part of the first quarter without scoring. Snowflake will answer by sending the ball inside to Lindsay Carlisle, and Lindsay touches that one up off the glass for the points, and that makes it Snowflake 14, Show Low 6. Mackenzie Coolish cannot retrieve a pass intended for her. And look, Show Low is just absolutely not taking care of the basketball. The number of turnovers, the number of forced and unforced turnovers by Show Low in this first half it's got to be the highest total that they have given up in the first 9.5 minutes of any game they played this year. And they're coming off of one of their best performances when they just played and defeated the Holbrook Roadrunners. Coach Francis talked about how fun it was to be a part of that game, to coach in that game, because the team played so well against Holbrook in a victory. Well, it just appears that however good they were playing against Holbrook, that seems to be as bad for them as this performance has been. But they'll take one away on a pass going into Ullberg. A steal for Show Low. Up the floor. And a nice finish. Great pass by Raquel Wilson. Give her the assist to set up Jordan Boyce, who did a terrific job finishing for Show Low and cut the lead for Snowflake back down to 6 points. 14-8. Snowflake in front of Show Low. Nicole Hips working against Amberlyn Lindsay. And gives the ball back up high at the top of the key is Natalie Carlisle with it for Snowflake. Picks up her dribble. Finds her twin sister. And then back to Natalie for a three-point try. That one no good, and rebounded by the Show Low Cougars. Raquel Wilson feeds Mackenzie Coolidge. Pull up three on the left angle. It's no good there. And Lindsay Carlisle clears it out with the rebound. And Snowflake again with the basketball. Nicole Hips for three. That one no good there. Battle for it. Offensive rebound. Natalie Carlisle. Hips to the baseline, and a 3-second lane violation called against Snowflake to give it up. Wow, take a look at it again. There's a great pass and a great finish. Wilson to Boyce for Show Low. If the Cougars can start to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, that's going to go a long way toward their prospects to turn this one around here in the first half. A pass inside again. Mishandled, giving Snowflake a chance to get hands in there on it, and it'll be a Show Low turnover. Aubrey Wilson couldn't handle it, and Natalie Carlisle was able to tie it up. Possession to Snowflake, and here's the inbound. Show Low will contest this one with full court pressing defense. Just now, by the way, checking into the game is Reese Perkins. Reese Perkins has come in for the Show Low Cougars for her first action in this game today. 14-8. Snowflake, the lead and possession of the ball. 15 seconds on the shot clock, and a travel. No, 5-second call. Well, Carlisle was, I think she traveled anyway, but just before the official whistled for a 5-second. Well, hold on a second. No, that's all going to be erased because Coach called timeout. So I believe Snowflake will have possession. I think they're going to keep it because Coach Brogan was yelling for a timeout at the moment that the official did call that. Make the call against Snowflake. So I think the timeout came first. Meanwhile, we stick here during the timeout with 4:34 remaining in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint comes up. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report comes up at halftime. That's actually what I meant to say. Thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint for their sponsoring partnership of Northland Basketball. And we thank all of our great partners like the Furniture Gallery in Snowflake. Good people, David and Tiffany Black. Thank you to the Furniture Gallery in Snowflake. And Holbrook Family Dentistry in their second year with us here at the Sports Zone, helping us bring you Northland Basketball. Great partners of ours and wonderful providers for folks across Northeast Arizona. They've got customers that visit them from all over Northeast Arizona. Holbrook, Winslow, a number of customers of theirs come from the Navajo Nation as well, north of I-40. So thank you to Holbrook Family Dentistry, and we'll get shot clock violation. Snowflake forgot that they did not reset the shot clock for that timeout. And they'll turn it over with 4:18 remaining in the first half. We'll see if the Show Low Cougars have kind of figured some things out, because this Show Low team is not playing as sharp as they normally do. The turnover total has been crazy, and there's yet another one. That was really a telegraphed pass by Raquel Wilson. You don't see that from her very often. And it just kind of felt like it was slow developing, and Snowflake read it the whole way, got a hand in there to tip it, and they'll own the basketball. After another takeaway. I don't know what the count is, but Snowflake is, I mean, if you just look at statistically, just the numbers alone, Snowflake looks like the best defense you're going to see anywhere in the state right now. They are playing so well. Oh, look at the shot block inside by Grace Moore. She rejects Lindsey Carlisle. The official said she did get a chunk of the wrist right there on the shot block, but it was impressive anyway by Grace. It'll be the first foul of the game on Grace Moore. No, second foul. Second foul on Grace. And to the foul line, there goes Natalie Carlisle. Take another look at this one. Pass inside. Boy, that is a pretty good looking block, isn't it? That is, that was pretty clean looking. Both foul shots failed to hit the mark. Snowflake did get the offensive rebound, and that's another area right there. Snowflake's gotten a number of offensive rebounds here in the game so far. So between the takeaways and the rebounds, this Lady Lobo team doing well inside, and Lindsey Carlisle couldn't make that shot. And in the fight for the rebound, gets tied up a jump ball. Show Low gets this one. Cougars take back over. 14-8. Snowflake in front of Show Low. 3 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in the first half. I mentioned the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Intent halftime report at the break. Well, following the game, we will announce the Sports Zone's player of the game. That's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Inside in the paint goes Aubrey Wilson, and she drew a foul. Missed the shot, but she'll get 2 foul shots thanks to a foul on Natalie Carlisle. Carlisle doing her best to stay with Wilson. And the contact made gives Aubrey a chance at the line, and Wilson now with 3 points in the first half. Only 3 of those Lady Cougars have gotten into the scoring column so far. Raquel Wilson has 4 points. Aubrey has 4, and it'll stay at 4. She misses the 3 points, sorry. It'll stay at 3 because she missed the foul shot. They did get the rebound. Here's one on the way, missed from the corner. Rebound inside and going to the foul line again. Another Snowflake foul. And it was Kinsey Brogan. Kinsey has picked up her 3rd foul of the game. We rest at 14-9 right now with Jaylee Boyce at the free throw line for Show Low. That shot no good. Couple of missed foul shots in the first half for the Cougars. They are 1 of 3 from the line. 1 of 3. Another free throw on the way here. Brogan had to retreat to the bench with her 3rd foul for Snowflake. So Kinsey is likely to be missing in action for the remainder of the half. Jaylee Boyce at the line makes the 2nd of her foul shots. Show Low steadily cutting into that Snowflake lead, and they've got it down to 4 points right now. Turnaround, high off the glass. No, that's over the glass. That's over the iron. No good for Natalie Carlisle. Rebound, Wilson. Aubrey, the runner. Too much off the glass. No good there. Carlisle the rebound. And Natalie going to race it up the floor to Nicole Hips for the pull-up jump shot left side. Nice touch on the jumper by Nicole. She's got 6 in the game for Snowflake. And that's their lead in this one. 16-10. Mackenzie Coolish with the jumper on the right side. Tried to pull up and answer the Hips shot a moment ago. No good there. But a pass broken up by Jaylee Boyce is collected in by Aubrey Wilson for Show Low. The Cougars with the basketball on the left angle. There's Raquel Wilson. to the high post. Grace Moore, and her jump shot is off the mark. Rebound, Snowflake. Carlisle with the rebound. Nicole Hips got away with a carry. No, she didn't get away. Might have been a little delay on the call there, but the official was true to form on making the call, and it was indeed a carry. And with exactly 2 minutes remaining in the first half, a turnover. Inbound for Show Low coming up. There's a little conference with the officials. They're having a question about the gear on one of the players, and they decided everything is fine. Aubrey Wilson stops at the free throw line. A little awkward on the jump shot. She decided to go with it anyway. And that'll get knocked around and out of bounds off of Show Low with 1:46 remaining in the half. 16-10, our score. Snowflake leading the Show Low Cougars. It's a big game, isn't it? Huge. The implications of this one. And Chloe Uber gets fouled for Snowflake. Chloe's going to head to the foul line. And the lady that sent her there was, looks like Sydney Stahl is the lady that committed the foul for the Show Low defense. 16-10. And Chloe at the line. First one is off the mark. Ulberg unable to make either one of those for Snowflake. Show Low controls the rebound. 85 seconds left in the first half. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report on the way. In the paint, and the scoop shot up, no good. You saw Raquel Wilson. Well, actually, her sister Aubrey made a very similar shot earlier. This one did not go in. There was a shot from the left side. Up and no good. Snowflake working it inside. Beautiful Chloe Reed head assist to Chloe Ulberg for 2 points. And it's back to an 8-point Lobo lead. That matches their biggest lead of the game. 55 seconds left in the half. And Show Low almost lost a dribble out of bounds. Saved it. Coolish on the left angle. We've not seen Mackenzie Coolish do her work yet today. Has not hit a shot from outside. Sydney Stahl taps a pass, and Amberlyn Lindsay controls for a moment. Lost that dribble right to Coolish. Inside it goes. Snowflake takes it away for a moment. Coolish gets it back and gets fouled. And the lady that committed the foul is Nicole Hips. Not a shooting foul. Fourth foul on Snowflake. Now we got 27 seconds remaining. Aubrey Wilson comes back into the game for Sydney Stahl. Wilson and Wilson, the two sisters out there on the floor. Jaylee Boyce, Amberlyn Lindsay, and Mackenzie Coolish to throw it in. Into Boyce. Bounce pass inside to Raquel Wilson. The turnaround is too much, too strong, no good. And Hips the rebound for Snowflake. No shot clock with 15 seconds remaining in the half. Chloe Reedhead, right side. To Carlisle, inside to Carlisle. It was Natalie to Lindsay. Lindsay the points for Snowflake. 3 seconds remain in the half. Coolish misses. And Raquel Wilson couldn't get a shot away at the buzzer. And what a half for the number 10 ranked Snowflake Lady Lobos. They take a 20-10 lead into halftime over the top ranked team in 3A basketball, the Show Low Cougars. Big game and a fun one for us here at the Sports Zone as we go to halftime. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report straight ahead. Sports fans, wait for it. We'll be back with it in a moment. Northland Basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
When words are just not enough, to celebrating an everlasting love or brightening your home with a splash of color, the Bloomhouse Floral Design Shop in Pine Top is your floral design partner. Beautiful spring blooms are ready for grab and go. Want to deliver flowers often but don't want the hassle of trying to remember? Bouquet subscriptions are now available. The Bloom House, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 until 4, is dedicated to bringing the beauty of nature to all.
What's better than a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte? 16 grandes paid for by Cellular One. Use your Cellular One talk, text, or data to enter our Winter Wednesday drawing. Every Wednesday this September, 23 lucky Cellular One customers will win a $100 Starbucks gift card. Stay connected with loved ones, and maybe you will be enjoying coffee on us this week. Check out Cellular One's Facebook and Instagram page for details. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 and over and September 30th. Visit our website for full rules. No purchase necessary. Ends 9/30/23.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any all-star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
We get it. The last thing you probably want is a trip to the hospital. But the first thing you should consider is where you'll receive the best healthcare experience. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, we strive to be the community's preferred healthcare provider. Need a home doctor visit, a wellness appointment, or to utilize the latest CT and MRI technology? Our professionally trained staff will care for you with empathy and purpose. White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
What can you do for that special Valentine in your life? How about take them out for a romantic steak dinner at Cattleman's Steakhouse?
Aw, you're the best, honey.
Followed by 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. Then let them know their name is in the hat to win a Valentine adventure they will never forget. Premium VIP front row tickets to Blake Shelton live in concert with special guests Dustin Lynch and Emily Ann Roberts. And if it couldn't get any better, add $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a broken windshield, call the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint and treat your Valentine to steak dinner, the movies, and a shot at front row tickets to see Blake Shelton live in concert, and $1,000 cash. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Halftime as we welcome you back into our broadcast coverage of the Sports Zone's Northland Basketball, a doubleheader tonight at Show Low High School. The number 1 ranked Show Low Lady Cougars trailing number 10 Snowflake in this one tonight. 20-10, Snowflake in front, and we welcome you back into the broadcast coverage. My name is Floyd Simmons, and while we get ready to break down the numbers here at halftime, we do want to roll some video for you that we just received a couple of hours ago from a friend of ours, Greg Jones, who does a lot of production work for AIA competitions. And going on, I guess, right now is the state cheer and dance championships. And so we wanted to play a little bit of video that we received from Greg that shows you some of the Show Low cheer and dance team competing earlier today. As I understand it, they're not in the competition anymore. They did not make it to the final rounds. However, I mean, they're terrific, and year in and year out, they do so well. And so we just wanted to share with you some of the video for a couple of moments. It's actually a 10-minute long video. We're not going to carry all of that for you, but we do want to give you a look at how they competed today at the state's cheer and dance championships. Meanwhile, while you're looking at that on the video screen, those of you who are listening to our radio broadcast, obviously, you have no idea what's going on with the dance. However, I've got numbers for you from that first half. What a first half by Snowflake. Their defense has been solid. They have a number of takeaways, a lot of takeaways. Some of that unforced, some of that just poor decision-making by the Show Low Lady Cougars. But Snowflake has taken advantage, and they've capitalized on it with points off turnovers in this game. And Snowflake leads 20-10 here at halftime. The Lobos are led in scoring by Nicole Hips. Nicole has 6 points in the first half. Lindsay Carlisle has 4 points. Chloe Ullberg with 4 points. Chloe Reedhead has 3, and Kennedy Stewart also has 3. We've got some stats for you, by the way, just to show you. It's been a pretty sloppy game so far. And Show Low has out-turned over the Snowflake Lobos. Is that a term? Can I use it like that? Show Low's committed 17 turnovers in the first half. Snowflake is committed 16. And so it's very close. Obviously, Snowflake has taken further advantage of those turnovers and more advantage than what Show Low has. But neither one of these teams can be very happy with the way they've cared for the basketball in that first half and would clearly want to do better in the second half. For Snowflake, by the way, I want to mention that they have connected on 3 3-pointers in the game, and here's something to keep in mind as well. Kenzie Brogan, coach's daughter and one of the starters for Snowflake, she hasn't scored yet, and she also has 3 personal fouls. That's going to figure in the second half somewhere for Snowflake. They've got to protect her. They've got to watch her. And they also got to get her more involved in their offensive game. But with a 10-point lead, they're still happy with the first half results. Raquel Wilson leads the scoring for Show Low. Raquel's got 4 points in that first half. Aubrey Wilson has 3 points. Jordan Boyce with 2 points. And Jaylee Boyce rounds out the scoring with a single point. And you have to ask yourself, where so far in the game is Mackenzie Coolish? We haven't seen her offense get ignited yet. Where is a little more scoring from, Amberlyn Lindsay hasn't scored yet. We're looking for more production from a couple of those frontline starters that Show Low has and get more ladies involved. Only 4 of the girls on the roster have gotten into the scoring column here in the first half of this one. Well, they're warming up, getting ready for the second half. We got another break to throw your direction. And you know which one it is, right? Yep, the PLH. All right, let's grab our final halftime timeout. Thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. They bring you the halftime reports. And when we return, the second half will get underway from Hatch Toyota Arena, the site of this showdown between the hometown Show Low Cougars and their arch rivals, the Snowflake Lobos. Halftime score, Snowflake 20, Show Low 10. We're back with the second half right after this.
What can you do for that special Valentine in your life? How about take them out for a romantic steak dinner at Cattleman's Steakhouse?
Aw, you're the best, honey.
Followed by 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. Then let them know their name is in the hat to win a Valentine adventure they will never forget. Premium VIP front row tickets to Blake Shelton live in concert with special guests Dustin Lynch and Emily Ann Roberts. And if it couldn't get any better, add $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a broken windshield, call the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint and treat your Valentine to steak dinner, the movies, and a shot at front row tickets to see Blake Shelton live in concert, and $1,000 cash. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Bring you back in, everybody, for the second half of this broadcast of Northland Basketball. Presented here at the Sports Zone. It's Show Low Cougars basketball. As they host the Snowflake Lobos in a 3A East Region matchup. We'll get a foul, an early whistle and foul on the Snowflake Lobos. It's Lindsay Carlisle committing the foul. We bring you back in for the start of the second half. The two teams out there plagued with turnovers in that first half. Coach Brogan, Snowflake, Coach Francis, Show Low both want to see that turned completely around. Show Low attacks the baseline quickly. First, second half points registered for the Cougars. And it was Raquel Wilson able to make that. Nice wraparound pass. Two defenders converged on Nicole Hips. Give her the assist on a beautiful wraparound to Chloe Ulberg. And with the defense collapsing, Chloe was uncontested for the shot. So Snowflake answers the early Show Low basket. Here's Kenzie Brogan. And Kenzie is going to get, I thought she committed 2 fouls right there and got away with both of them. As she tried to physically get in there and contest the dribble of Mackenzie Coolish. They're going to end up calling a jump ball, and Show Low controls the basketball. Kenzie's got to be careful. She's got 3 personal fouls as she starts the second half for Snowflake. Got to be careful. Can't pick up that 4th foul anytime soon, especially if you want minutes out there. Coach Brogan is going to get her off the floor immediately if she gets that 4th foul. And we'll get a Show Low foul. This one whistled on Grace Moore, and it's her 3rd foul of the game. Coach is going to get Sydney Stahl up off the Show Low bench. Coach Francis will retrieve Grace, who started the second half. Grace will leave with 3 fouls. Sydney Stahl replaces her. Sydney joins Amberlyn Lindsay, Aubrey Wilson, Raquel Wilson, and Special K, Mackenzie Coolish in the Show Low lineup. And some pretty strong defense by Show Low, forces a double dribble by Kenzie Brogan. Snowflake's second half starters. We're about to get the first sub in for Snowflake. Nicole Hips is out there. So is Natalie Carlisle, her twin sister Lindsay Carlisle on the floor. Kenzie Brogan and Chloe Ulberg. Jump shot off the glass, no good for Amberlyn Lindsay. Sydney Stahl tried to pull the rebound down and had it knocked out of bounds by Snowflake. And here comes Hadley Nichols into the lineup, replacing Kenzie Brogan, who's got those 3 personal fouls. Another pass that gets tipped out of bounds. Snowflake in front, 22-12, everybody. 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Thanks for joining us for our broadcast of Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. And on the inbound, Show Low controls. Step back 3 for Aubrey Wilson is not good. And Snowflake able to get possession of the basketball. Nicole Hips did a good job to throw it in off of Raquel Wilson of Show Low. And she was going out of bounds. Inbound for Snowflake, and Chloe Ulberg's pass is tipped out of bounds by the Cougars. Inbound coming up. Natalie Carlisle to throw in for the Lady Lobos. Carlisle looks. She's got it into Chloe Ulberg at the left elbow. To Nicole Hips in the corner. Now out on top. Carlisle back to Hips. She's going to go baseline. Nope. Pull-up jump shot is good. Boy, Nicole's got that shot. We saw her do that in the first half. She's got that nice little mid-range jump shot down, and she's also got 8 points in the game now for Snowflake. And a steal. What a game Nicole Hips is putting together for the Lady Lobos. She'll drive and dish. Not going to get the assist. Shot wasn't good, but she got an offensive rebound, and Nicole Hips puts it in to force a Show Low timeout. Hey, it's the Nicole Hips show here in this one at Show Low High School. How about the job by number 10 out there? She's in that bunch somewhere for Snowflake. Watch her go to work again. She's going to get this offensive rebound, put it in for Show Low to grab an early timeout here to start the second half, and Snowflake leads by 14. This is Northland Basketball right here at the Sports Zone.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any all-star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
Hey, back in, everybody, from Show Low's timeouts, and let's get a shot of the officials, guys. Can we do that? So I want to make a mention of something. There's Quentin Hayes. He's one of these officials. There's Quentin from behind. The other officials here today, there is Mary Freddy, one of the officials, and the final official, the third one right there, that's Cody Lark. So Cody, Mary, and Quentin calling this one today at Show Low. Mention it because we want to give props and give due credit to these officials. They don't get enough. You know, they make mistakes like all of us do, and boy, their mistakes are under a microscope, aren't they? As you watch that shot missed by Raquel Wilson, and Nicole Hips gets a rebound. Boy, Nicole's doing everything, and she's going to go to the foul line after a Mackenzie Coolish blocking foul is going to be assessed. Nicole's got another chance. She is doing everything for Snowflake right now, isn't she? And by the way, they did not call the foul on Mackenzie. They called the third foul of the game on Amberlyn Lindsay. So now Amberlyn's got 3, and she's going to have to leave. And the lady that's going to replace her in a moment for Show Low, coming in off the bench, has 3 fouls. Grace Moore coming into the game as Nicole just does some Nicole things right there and makes another shot. Lindsay Stahl checks out. Amberlyn Lindsay leaves the game. Grace Moore has returned, and so is Jordan Boyce. And Nicole Hips makes 1 out of 2. It's 27-12. 27-12. Snowflake in front, and Hadley Nichols reads the pass, intercepts it, and is fouled by Mackenzie Coolish for 2 shots. Boy, you look at Show Low, and I'm looking at their expressions on their face. I'm trying to get a read on the emotion, and you know they're in a position they are not very familiar with right now. And you can tell they're out of sorts at the moment. And they know that clock is going to become an enemy at some point. A lot of time left right now, 13 minutes. You can do a lot in 13 minutes, but you can just sense it. There's something going on. They just don't feel good, feel comfortable right now. Hadley Nichols. And she's going to get a favorable bounce on the second try. Hadley makes 1 out of 2 for Snowflake. They lead 28-12. The Lobos coming out here in this third quarter, getting a nice early start, outscoring Show Low 8-2 to add to their lead. Under 5 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter, and a near takeaway by Snowflake. Going to get a backcourt violation. Again, good defense by Snowflake, forced that just now, and the Lobos take back over. So those officials I mentioned to you a moment ago, Quentin and Mary and Cody, calling this game today. We want to shine a light on them and thank them for their service, thank them for what they do, because we don't have enough officials. One of them, Mary Freddy, going to blow her whistle, a Snowflake foul after Show Low gets a steal. And there's Mary Freddy right there. Terrific official. And the lady that committed the foul for Snowflake was Hadley Nichols. That's the first on Hadley. These officials are terrific. And they travel so far and wide across Northeast Arizona, put so many miles on their personal vehicles to get out to these games and take care of business, make sure that games can be played. This game tonight is being played on Friday. It was supposed to be played last night. It's being played today because there aren't enough officials to have covered last night's games around the state. So they had to move this one from last night to tonight. We need more officials. We need more of you to come out and join the officiating ranks. I'll tell you, Derek and I, with the Sports Zone crew, we have talked in the past about doing some officiating, calling some games when we get to our broadcast locations, maybe calling freshman JV games, but in the end, it's just not feasible for us. We just can't do it. Logistically, cannot do it. We have other jobs, and there's not enough time, and there's troubleshooting that goes on with broadcasts. We can't do it, but your help is needed. And we want to shine a light on them and say thank you to the officials. And one of the ways we want to say thank you is for all the officials that do cover games here in this part of the state. We're going to give them a chance to win something here. As you watch Mackenzie Coolish go into the paint and draw a foul. And the official is going to send her to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Let's see for Snowflake who committed that in the traffic in there. It was Hadley Nichols again. 2 in the game on Hadley. And Mackenzie Coolish with the lucky 13 on her jersey. We'll see if she's able to get into the scoring column for the first time today. Mackenzie has not had a Mackenzie-like game yet today, and that's her first point of the game. Take a look over here, Derek, if you don't mind. See these? These are gift cards that we have. These are, each of these is a $25, let's see, there we go. $25 gas card to the Maverick stores. Thank you to the Maverick stores for the gift cards. We've got 2 of these, and that equals $50 in gas as you watch Mackenzie Coolish come up with a steal. There's Mackenzie going to work. That's the Mackenzie Coolish we're used to with the big steal. Special K with the finish and the points, and then pressure on the inbound. Almost got the takeaway again right there. Watch Mackenzie on the replay. The finish, and let's get back to it as we watch Snowflake with the inbound. Pressure defense by the Show Low Cougars. Tipped pass. Nicole Hips in trouble. Running out of time, and that's your 10-second violation. Show Low's defense coming to life here midway through the third quarter. And the Cougars going to take over again, down by 10. So, again, as I mentioned, we've got these gift cards, and we are going to give away these 2 gift cards sometime, let's see, either tomorrow. And by the way, tomorrow we'll be at Monument Valley for a doubleheader starting at 6 p.m. Monument Valley hosting Window Rock. That's our next broadcast of Northland Basketball. So either tomorrow or the first part of the week, like on Monday, something like that, we'll give these gift cards away to one of the officials that travels around Northeast Arizona. So we're going to put everybody's name in a hat. Names like Mary or Cody or Quentin. As you watch Show Low throw the ball in, and now the Cougars, they have sprung to life here. And a steal. And a nice pass. And the shot is good. And the roof is caving in right now on the Lady Lobos. Show Low taking over the basketball game. And they've got the deficit trimmed to 6 points. What a pass by Raquel Wilson. Watch the steal and watch her wrap it around. Finds her teammate, knew she would be there, and the shot is good for Jaylee Boyce. 3:33 remaining in the third quarter. We'll grab a timeout, everybody. This is Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Whoa! Did you see Cellular One's affordable connectivity plan now comes with a 100 gigabyte hotspot?
We can stream for days.
Yes, that's right. The Cellular One ACP plan now includes 100 gigabytes of LTE data. Use it as a hotspot every month in addition to unlimited data on your smartphone. Tribal land residents on government assistance programs can access the free ACP plan, including those enrolled in WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, and Medicaid. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to 1 line per household.
Here's the inbound for Snowflake, and it's tipped away. Tipped away by Jordan Boyce. Wow. Show Low has, they have been revived, haven't they? This will be an inbound for Snowflake, but that Show Low defense has certainly come to life here in the third quarter. And in this third period, Snowflake has turned the ball over 6 times. Show Low's turnover total is 3. And we'll get a whistle and a Show Low foul. And the lady that picks it up is Raquel Wilson. Wilson with a hand check. And for Raquel, that's her first foul of the game. Team fouls. Show Low has 5 here in the quarter. Snowflake has, Show Low has 4, Snowflake 5. If that was Show Low's 5th foul, Snowflake would be shooting 2 foul shots right now. On the next Show Low foul, Snowflake is in the bonus with 2 foul shots. Snowflake has already committed 5 fouls, so Show Low will be shooting free throws the next time the Lobos commit a foul. Chloe Reedhead, trouble, almost a Snowflake turnover. This one is very handsy defense by Show Low. They got it away, and Jordan Boyce is going to the foul line. Nicole Hips fouled her. This Show Low defense is just overwhelming Snowflake right now. And the Lobos are going to bring in 4 replacements jump up off the bench. Show Low gets a chance right here to pull even closer. Nicole Hips has picked up her 3rd foul of the game with that last whistle. And Jordan Boyce makes this a 5-point game. Well, if you had any doubts about Show Low's ranking as number 1, if you had any doubts about that 20-1 record that they brought into the game after the first half that they played, they are starting to erase all of your doubts here in this second half. Boyce misses the second foul shot. And Snowflake will have it for a moment anyway. How long will they have it? That's the question. This stifling Show Low defense has been forcing things. A block shot inside as it goes into Chloe Reedhead. She is going to the foul line for 2 shots after Grace Moore fouled her. And for Grace, that's her 4th foul of the game. Coach has to get her off the floor. We will see Madison Dazen for the first time today after this first foul shot. Chloe Reedhead at the line. And that's good for Snowflake, makes that first shot. Here comes Madison Dazen replacing Grace Moore. Chloe Ulberg comes in for Snowflake, replacing Lindsay Carlisle. Reedhead made them both. Much needed for Snowflake, and they get back to a 7-point lead over the number 1 ranked Show Low Cougars. Raquel Wilson into the paint to Aubrey, step back, foot on the line, shot no good. And there's Raquel Wilson to retrieve the rebound. Offensive rebound for Show Low, keep it alive. Madison Dazen at the top of the key. Aubrey Wilson underneath. Shot good for Raquel Wilson. The Wilson sisters showing their hearts. Get it? Snowflake up the floor, and Chloe Ulberg will go to the foul line for 2 shots after she is fouled. You'll take a look again at it. Madison Dazen there fronting her. And Dazen picks up her first foul here in the game after just checking in. 5-point Snowflake advantage. Now 6. Ulberg makes the first of the foul shots. Take a look at a replay of that beautiful feed down to the low post a moment ago for Show Low, and the basket for Raquel Wilson. Meanwhile, the free throws are both good for Snowflake. Big free throw makes by Chloe Ulberg. 32-25. Drive and a collision. Ulberg commits the foul. Aubrey Wilson going to the free throw line. Chloe's first foul today. Boy, this intensity, these two teams ratcheting up here in the second half. And the lady at the line is 3 out of 4. Make it 4 out of 5 today from the foul line. Aubrey Wilson, this one good as well. Aubrey doing a good job at the line for her team. A 5-point Snowflake lead as the Lobos bring it into front court. Chloe Reedhead inside to Ulberg. Contested shot, it's no good. Brought down by Aubrey Wilson. Snowflake in possession. Take a look at the standings coming into the game. The Show Low Cougars in first place by half a game over Blue Ridge. Snowflake 2-0 as the Cougars get a couple of chances, can't make a foul shot. Rebound, Raquel Wilson. She's got it right now at the top of the key. Show Low in possession, down by 5, and a pass off the hands of Jordan Boyce out of bounds. So Snowflake will get it back right here. We've got 1:27 remaining in the third quarter. Snowflake 32, Show Low 27. Girls varsity action. Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. So Show Low at 2-0 in the 3A East region is in first place by a half a game starting tonight. Blue Ridge and Snowflake tied for second with 2-1 records, both a half a game behind Show Low. So if Snowflake wins this, they move a half a game in front of Show Low in the standings. Shot from the top of the key, no good for Carlisle, and that tips out of bounds. Show Low will have possession. So I mentioned that Blue Ridge and Snowflake tied for second. Holbrook is in third place, one full game in back of Show Low in first place. And then you got Payson at 2-2, tied with Holbrook in that spot. And then Winslow brings up the bottom of the 3A East with a 0-4 record. 1 minute remaining in this third quarter. Amberlyn Lindsay shovels the pass off to Aubrey Wilson. She tried to shovel a shot up there and couldn't make it. Tied up by Raya Denhalter. Jump ball, Snowflake gets it. 51.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Inbound to Natalie Carlisle. Kennedy Stewart is in that Snowflake lineup, comes up the right sideline. Meanwhile, Carlisle walks it into front court. Goes by Raquel Wilson. And the help defender there picks up the foul. That's Mackenzie Coolish coming over, trying to help out. Mackenzie has picked up foul number 2 in the game. And 2 shots right here for Natalie Carlisle. First one is no good. You're listening to Mix 98 KRFM Show Low, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio. Those of you listening online, you might be listening online, listening on our radio broadcast across Northeast Arizona. Thanks for being with us there. And thank you for joining us as well for our live video presentation, Northland Basketball, on the Sports Zone Radio, YouTube, and Facebook channels. Raquel Wilson walks the ball into front court. Bounce passes off the hands of Aubrey Wilson. Loose ball pickup. Kennedy Stewart for Snowflake. Left side to Chloe Reedhead. And she'll throw one up. Their floater is no good. Rebound. Nicole Hips. Follow no good there for Snowflake. And tied up jump ball. Show Low has it. No shot clock for this final 17 seconds. Third quarter coming to an end. Lindsay Carlisle replaces Chloe Ulberg for the final seconds of the third quarter. Show Low the inbound. Raquel Wilson brings it up. 10 seconds on the clock to Aubrey Wilson. Now Mackenzie Coolish. 5 seconds. Step back. Coolish for 3. Off the front iron. No good. Amberlyn Lindsay's put back. No good after she got a rebound. And nobody can score to close out the quarter. And we got a tight one going on here. Snowflake 32. Show Low 27. The fourth quarter on the way in this girls varsity showdown at Hatch Toyota Arena. The fourth quarter is next. You're listening to and watching Northland Basketball right here at the Sports Zone.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any all-star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
(32-27). You see the score on your screen right there. Snowflake in front of Show Low. The Lady Lobos have been leading throughout most of the game. They got the early start. In fact, I think they've led from the very beginning. They got the first points of the game. Had a 4-0 lead. Well, Show Low did get the lead back, didn't they? Early on, they took a lead. Snowflake, by the end of the first quarter, Snowflake had a 12-4 lead and have never given it up. Low-scoring second quarter between the teams where Snowflake outscored Show Low 8-6. And look who goes to work here on the drive and the floater. It's good for Nicole Hips. Nicole has just had a fantastic game for Snowflake. She's their player of the game at least through 3 quarters of play and start this 4th period. She's got 13 points, and the lady wearing 13 on the other side, Mackenzie Coolish, just pulled up and knocked down a mid-range jump shot for Show Low. For Coolish, that's her 2nd field goal in the game. She is up to 6 points registered for Show Low. You get an offensive foul on Kenzie Brogan. The official felt like she cleared out on that. And guess what? Kenzie has to go to the Snowflake bench. 4 fouls now in the game on Kenzie Brogan. Snowflake's going to miss her presence, her size, her reach. Everything that she does, she's the complete player, can handle the ball, can shoot the ball, can defend well, passes the ball well. She does everything you need her to do. She's going to have to sit for a while. Amberlyn Lindsay rims out on the 3-point try. And the rebound down to Snowflake. Hadley Nichols brought it down. Nicole Hips lobs it inside. And Amberlyn Lindsay high points that one for the interception. Long pass by Amberlyn. Up the floor. And shot no good. Falling to the ground. Got a little awkward. And the shot no good for Boyce. Stolen back by Show Low. Aubrey Wilson was able to steal the ball back and then draw a foul, and she is going to head to the line. Nicole Hips committed the personal foul. Now that's 4 fouls on Nicole. She's got 4. Kenzie Brogan's got 4. 2 ladies for Snowflake in deep foul trouble here with 6 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in regulation. Aubrey Wilson's shot is good. Next foul shot. You see right here, there's Nicole trying to defend it. Aubrey's on a stretch of 5 straight free throws made now for Show Low. And I didn't jinx her. She's now made 6 in a row. And guess what? Show Low has gotten that big Snowflake lead. Remember, it was well into double digits. 27-12 at one point. Show Low got it down to 3. And then, how about the nice touch on the jump shot right there by Lindsay Carlisle. Lindsay been silent for a while offensively, and a beautiful shot that she knocked down. Hey, nice offensive rebound. Tip it back up and in by Jaylee Boyce for Show Low. Teammate missed from the corner. Jaylee got the offensive rebound on the tip and made the shot. And it's a 3-point game again. 36-33. Snowflake in front of Show Low. Under 6 minutes remaining now in regulation. Hadley Nichols puts it on the floor. Delivers to the corner. And Lindsay Carlisle missed her 3-point try. Show Low the rebound. Amberlyn Lindsay controlled it. Aubrey Wilson walks it up the right side. To Lindsay at the top for a 3-point basket. Nope, gonna miss. Rebound, Jaylee Boyce. And the follow shot, no good. Snowflake has it tipped out of bounds by Aubrey Wilson. Here comes Raya Denhalter for Snowflake. She replaces Chloe Olberg, and then Grace Moore with 4 fouls is back in for Show Low. She just spelled Amberlyn Lindsay for a rest. Grace has got 4 fouls for Show Low. Snowflake has a pair of ladies with 4 fouls apiece. From the top of the key, Lindsay Carlisle missed that shot. Well, Lindsay, she hit a nice jumper just a moment ago, but her last 3 shot attempts have just not been where she needs them. Show Low's got a chance to tie it right here. Let's see if they opt for the 3-point try. They have not been bashful about shooting from 3. This is a drive and a pass that goes carrying off of Chloe Reedhead. And an inbound play forthcoming for the Lady Cougars. 4:56 remaining in the 4th period. Inbound to Grace Moore, and the shot is too much, too strong. Rebound Hadley Nichols, fouled immediately, and I think that's Mackenzie Coolish. Let's see, and that'll be Mackenzie's 3rd foul if indeed it's number 13. Let's see what the officials say. He does say Coolish on the foul. 3 fouls on Mackenzie. Team fouls are like this. Snowflake has 2 team fouls. Show Low's just got one, and that's the first foul on Show Low in the fourth quarter. Natalie Carlisle to Hadley Nichols on the left angle. Now top of the key, it's Lindsay Carlisle. Raya Denhalter pulls up at the elbow. No good off the glass. Could not get her own rebound. Tipped around. It's loose on the floor and picked up by Aubrey Wilson. Show Low controls. And again, a chance right here if they can knock a three down, tie this game. What do you think this crowd is how they going to respond if the score is tied? Here's the drive, and Aubrey Wilson no good on the shot. Carlisle rebound, that's Natalie. And her pass up the left sideline goes out of bounds. Chloe Reedhead couldn't track it down. We got 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. And a timeout taken. Timeout with half the fourth quarter remaining, and Show Low has gotten back to a three-point game. Snowflake 36, Show Low 33. This timeout on the radio. This is Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
When words are just not enough, to celebrating an everlasting love or brightening your home with a splash of color, the Bloomhouse Floral Design Shop in Pine Top is your floral design partner. Beautiful spring blooms are ready for grab and go. Want to deliver flowers often but don't want the hassle of trying to remember? Bouquet subscriptions are now available. The Bloomhouse, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 until 4, is dedicated to bringing the beauty of nature to all.
So thanks for your comments, everybody, on the Sports Zone Facebook and YouTube chat boxes, whatever you call them. And we'd love to hear from you. And if you're interesting enough in your comment, we'll share it on the radios and on the video broadcast as well. There's a pass tipped by Snowflake out of bounds and a reset for Show Low. 17 seconds on the shot clock with Show Low about to inbound. The ball trailing by 3, 36-33. Snowflake Lady Lobos in front. Snowflake playing, I would have to imagine, for much of this game, about as good a basketball as they played all season long. Show Low is going to get it to within one. Grace Moore the assist. Raquel Wilson in the paint for the points. Wilson leads the scoring for Snowflake with 12 points. Nicole Hips is the high point lady for Snowflake with 13, and she'll throw another shot up there. Misses on her floater. Collision on the rebound, and Grace Moore is in a bit of pain. You're going to stay down a bit and then jump back to her feet. Coach wants to give her a chance to recover from the sideline, but Grace is fine. She's okay. Coach going to give her a chance to sit down and rest. Sydney Stahl on the floor right now for Show Low after that. The Cougars have Sydney out there along with Jaylee Boyce. Both the Wilson sisters, Raquel and Aubrey, are on the floor. Special K, Mackenzie Coolish in the lineup, and Sydney Stahl is out there for Show Low inbound. Raquel Wilson brings it up. Deep on the angle right side is Aubrey Wilson. Aubrey, the step back, no shot there. Good defense by Raya Denhalter. Lob inside is tipped out by the defender, Chloe Ullberg. Trying to find Sydney Stahl down in the low blocks, and Chloe able to tip the pass away. Stop the clock with 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining here in regulation. Inbound, and Mackenzie Coolish for the jump shot. Mackenzie, nicely done for 14 feet out on the baseline. Mackenzie has responded to the urging and the call for her to get more involved in that offense. She's got 8 points. All 8 of that coming in the second half. Kenzie Brogan is returned for Snowflake and can't make the three. Snowflake offensive rebound. Ullberg inside, going to the foul line. Now, Aubrey Wilson was in front. There was a defender behind her. And the official does say it was Aubrey that committed the foul. Take a look at the extremely slow motion replay right there. And there is the foul committed. It sends Ullberg to the line. Can't make the first one, though. Aubrey Wilson has 3 fouls. 3 fouls in the game. Big free throw for Chloe Ulberg right here. Did I mention? Sorry if I failed to mention. Show Low had gotten their first lead of the game on that last make. Pardon me on that. I got to pay more attention to that. They briefly held a 37-36 lead and can take it again right here on this possession. The free throw by Ulberg ties the game at 37 apiece, everybody. How about that comeback by the number 1 ranked Show Low Lady Cougars? Down big earlier on in this half. They have stormed back. Pull-up three on the way for Aubrey Wilson! Show Low has taken the lead with 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Wilson with 9 points in the second half. 6 of those points at the free throw line, and then that three-pointer right there by Aubrey Wilson. Snowflake says, give me a timeout. Got to figure something out for the final 151 of this one. Show Low is on top, everybody. We'll stay right here through the timeout and remind you of our upcoming broadcast schedule of Northland Basketball. And that schedule finds us in Kayenta tomorrow. We will take on the challenge of broadcasting a big matchup that our fans decided. We'll let the fans decide where we would be tomorrow. And the fans responded to that opportunity and voted to have us go to Monument Valley tomorrow, spend our Saturday night there, covering Monument Valley as they take on the Window Rock Fighting Scouts. So plan to join us for tomorrow's broadcast of Northland Basketball starting at 6 p.m. Doubleheader. Boys game first, girls game second tomorrow. Let's see what else is going on. We don't know 100% yet what game we're doing on Tuesday. We are either doing Snowflake hosting Holbrook or Page hosting Monument Valley, and that there are different factors going into whether or not we cover one or the other game. And that hasn't been determined yet. Show Low turns it over. Aubrey Wilson lost it out of bounds. Show Low on top 40-37 as we return to play after that Snowflake timeout a moment ago. Inbound for the number 10 ranked Snowflake Lady Lobos. Natalie Carlisle brings it across. Kenzie Brogan off the screen, and the handoff misses the three-point try. For the Lobos, rebound, Aubrey Wilson. Well, I would say at this point, as we get a timeout for Show Low, and we're going to grab a 30-second timeout and return in a moment, continue our discussion. Stand by, everybody. It's Show Low 40, Snowflake 37 with 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. And this is Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Whoa! Did you see Cellular One's affordable connectivity plan now comes with a 100-gigabyte hotspot?
We can stream for days.
Yes, that's right. The Cellular One ACP plan now includes 100 gigabytes of LTE data. Use it as a hotspot every month in addition to unlimited data on your smartphone. Tribal land residents on government assistance programs can access the free ACP plan, including those enrolled in WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, and Medicaid. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to one line per household.
Yeah, I know that kid right there. His name is Gunner. And the lady that's brushing his tender little head right there, that's the lovely Sonia Simmons right there. Or as Gunner would know her, that's Mimi, everybody. Well, going to get an inbound right here from the timeouts. 40-37. Show Low in front of Snowflake here, final 1:26 straight ahead. Our broadcast schedule finds us at Monument Valley tomorrow night. And then we don't know yet where we'll be on Tuesday. That will be determined in the next couple of days. Show Low inbound. Raquel Wilson unable to make that shot. Got her own rebound. Back outside for the Cougars. They're going to take some time off the clock. Did not reset the shot clock, by the way. Did not hit the iron on that last shot attempt. So they've got 14 seconds tonight. I wonder if they know that. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds. And a whistle, and a travel. So the shot clock was running down, but it did not become the factor there. 1:01 remaining in regulation. Show Low 40, Snowflake 37, and the Lobos going to get the ball back right here. So tomorrow we're at Monument Valley. Tuesday we're not sure, and then we've got a game scheduled for next Thursday, and that's an interesting one. Next Thursday we are going to be in the Valley of the Sun. And after much urging and a strong request from the Mountain View head coach. We're going to cover the Mountain View Toros taking on Westwood, the Westwood Warriors. That'll be next Thursday night. Offensive foul on Snowflake, by the way, right here. We'll see the lady that's guilty. Snowflake is going to give the ball up, and it looks like, I think Kenzie Brogan just fouled out of the game. She did. That is Kenzie. Do we have a replay on that, guys? Can we see what happened on the contact? That's a big loss right there. Kenzie Brogan will miss the final 51 seconds with her team down by 3. Maybe we didn't catch that. We might not have caught that moment, that replay, that foul right there. Coach Brogan is arguing, saying, listen, man, here's how I saw it. And that's a huge loss. Raya Denhalter will replace Kenzie for Snowflake. Chloe Reedhead will come back into the game as well as Chloe Ulberg exits. Snowflake's got Reedhead and Denhalter. Also Hadley Nichols out there. Nicole Hips, her 4 personal fouls. And Natalie Carlisle here for the Lobos as they get set to inbound the ball. Inbound to Raquel Wilson. Guarded closely by Nicole Hips. Nicole's got to be careful. Got those 4 fouls, and they really need her. I have a feeling if Snowflake can pull this off, she is going to be a factor. Well, not anymore. 38 seconds left. She just fouled out. Just fouled out of the game. And I got to tell you, I just don't think that was... And coach is not happy with her. I would not have expected her to play that kind of defense and make that kind of effort. Coach clearly not very happy with her on that. Not happy about the entire circumstance, and certainly the turnaround. His team led by so much earlier in the game. Now Show Low's got a chance here to close it out. They will have to shoot on this possession at some point unless they get fouled. And by the way, the next foul will send Show Low, the next Snowflake foul sends Show Low to the line for 2 shots. And there's the foul. Hadley Nichols commits it on a pretty good foul shooter, Raquel Wilson. 3rd foul of the game on Hadley. Chance to make it a 2-possession game for Raquel Wilson. Snowflake wants a timeout. Mike Brogan cashes in might be his final timeout that he's out. I think it is his last timeout. Show Low's got 1 remaining. And we're going to stay here through this timeout, gentlemen. 26.7 seconds remaining in regulation. Well, it's going to take some work for Snowflake at this point. They certainly can get it done. A couple of missed foul shots by Raquel Wilson will help their cause a lot right here. Of course, you can make a shot after that, make a 3-pointer, tie the game. Who knows how this thing finishes? Our schedule tomorrow, we're at Monument Valley. We don't know what we're doing on Tuesday, but we do have a game on Tuesday. That will be announced later. We do know that next Thursday, we've got a broadcast at Mountain View High School in Mesa. The Mountain View Toros hosting the Westwood Warriors, and we're going to carry that game as part of our Northland basketball coverage. And then the following day on Friday, next Friday, the 26th of January, yours truly, I will be inducted into the Arizona Broadcasters Hall of Fame in a ceremony in Scottsdale. They'll hold that on Friday, and then on Saturday, the following day, the day after that Hall of Fame induction ceremony, we will have about a full day of broadcast. I don't know how many hours, but it's going to be like a full day of broadcast at a wrestling tournament in Heber. We have been commissioned to cover that. 1 out of 2 at the line. It's a 2-possession game. 1 out of 2 for Raquel Wilson and Show Low. They get out to a 41-37 lead. And then a Show Low foul. Interesting. Mackenzie Coolidge playing some very exuberant defense and picks up her 4th foul. Inbound, and the crowd wants a backcourt violation on Carlisle. They didn't get it because the ball did not go into backcourt. The foot did. The ball did not. Missed 3. Rebound Show Low. 8 seconds left. And a Hadley Nichols foul on Amberlyn Lindsay. The game's not over yet, but it's close. Nichols' 4th foul of the game. Show Low is going to vacate the lane and give any rebound up to Snowflake, but two shots on the way for Amberlyn Lindsay. Lindsay can put this game virtually out of reach. Well, she could have made it a 6-point lead, requiring, of course, a couple of threes by Snowflake in the final 7.8 seconds. That is almost impossible to do. But Lindsay misses that one, makes the second. And really, I don't think that Show Low has to defend this. They're going to defend it. And Mackenzie Coolish is going to foul out with 2.3 seconds left. Didn't really need to defend it that tightly, but okay, all right. Especially, the ball was going inside for a 2. And the foul is the 5th in the game on Coolish. Well, she went down playing intense defense the entire way. We'll talk with the victorious head coach. It looking like it's going to be Christy Francis and our Sports Zone player of the game right after this one. Inbound, and the final shot for Snowflake is no good. And your final score is 42-37. Congratulations to the Show Low Cougars on a victory tonight at home in the 3A East. Show Low is now 3-0 in the East, all alone in first place. The Lobos, after losing this one, their record in the region is now 2-2. Blue Ridge began the night tied with them at 2-1. And Snowflake is going to be in no better than second place at the end of tonight. And Show Low is going to secure themselves top spot for another day. 3-0 in the 3A East. Now the record for Show Low on the season is 21-1. And we're going to be talking to the Sports Zone's player of the game in a moment. That is Aubrey Wilson. Aubrey Wilson picks that up tonight after a fantastic performance to lead Show Low to the victory in this one. Aubrey led the team. Well, she didn't lead in scoring. She had 12 points. The lady that led it was Raquel Wilson. Aubrey Wilson had a great game. Did not lead the team in scoring, but boy, she did so many things, and she will discuss things with us as our Sports Zone's player of the game, everybody. Talk to her in just a moment. Thank you for the shirt. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Show Low High School for our wrap-up on the girls' varsity game. A victory, a comeback victory for Show Low as they knock off Snowflake in the 3A East. And along the way, Show Low picks up their 21st win of the season. They are 21-1, ranked number 1 in 3A, girls 3A basketball. What a job they've done this year. And they get a 42-37 win over Snowflake. Let's talk to the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Aubrey Wilson picks it up. Aubrey, how you doing?
Good.
Congratulations. What a game, what a win.
Gosh.
I mean, was it as intense for you as it was for us watching the game? Yeah.
Yep.
How did you feel? Your team was down by a lot. You trailed by 15 at one point. I remember a score 27-12 at one point. Snowflake was way out in front. How did that feel to you? That's unfamiliar territory this year.
Yeah, no, that's not usually like us. We're very aggressive on defense, and we're very aggressive on offense. And I think we're going a little too fast tonight, maybe a little flustered, but our coach told us at halftime that we better figure it out, and we came together and figured out how to win.
I don't know if you know this or not, but your team committed 17 turnovers in the first half.
Yep.
I mean, it was just a sloppy game.
Probably had 10 of them, but yeah.
Well, I don't know if you did, but it was all in all, it was a team effort in the first half, but a much better team effort in the second half, wasn't it? You had to be proud of the
our teammates in the third quarter, they picked us up and they got us the lead back and got us some fire, and it was fun. We finally got a good game going in the fourth quarter.
You got it going, didn't you? Feel pretty good, 21-1 now. You have defended for another game that top ranking in the state. How has that felt, being at the top? Since the rankings came out, Show Low's been number 1 in the state, and nobody's been able to knock you out of that spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good mindset. It's one that we need to have, especially going into state if we want to compete. Just to get in the repetition of knowing that we can win and knowing that we can push and be as good as the other teams.
Would you give us the name of 1 or 2 or 3 of your teammates that you felt really showed up well in that second half and helped the team?
Yeah, I mean, in that third quarter again, it was the twins, Jaylee and Jordan. They're crazy on defense, and they always work hard. And Kenzie hitting some crucial shots, and my sister. Everybody was working pretty hard.
Yeah.
It was fun to be a part of that team.
Did a great job. Hey, let's give you some swag.
Thank you.
How do you like that, huh?
This is a show.
Yeah, let's show everybody. Show everybody what you get.
Thank you.
Another great T-shirt given away by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Congratulations.
Thanks.
What a comeback win for the Show Low Cougars. And our Sports Zone player of the game right there is Aubrey Wilson, everybody. She scored 12 in the game and helped lead Show Low to the comeback victory. 42-37, Show Low has knocked off the Snowflake Lobos. Thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center. All right, Coach, you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Back to it, everybody. There is the head coach of Show Low. That's Christy Francis. She led her team to a comeback tonight, a victory over Snowflake. 42-37 the final. Coach, you're shaking your head. Your team was down by a ton, at least 15. And I don't know if there was a bigger margin of a lead that Snowflake had, but a 15-point deficit and a comeback win. That took a lot. You had to be proud of the comeback effort by the girls.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be like this. I thought we prepared really well. We didn't come out looking ready to play, and we had a big hole to dig out of. The good thing is we were only down 10 at half. It felt like we were down 20. But I just told them at halftime, you better figure it out. And I walked out, actually.
So you left it in the hands of your ladies, and that shows a couple of things. That shows that you have brought them along with maturity, and you give them the responsibility to take care of business on the floor. I like that in a coach.
I've only done it twice in my coaching career, and knock on wood, it's worked both times. It's a little risky, but yeah, I trust the girls, and I put them in situations in practice that they've got to figure it out, right? We do a couple drills that are really, really difficult for them, and they are not successful the first few times through, and then I make them gather up and talk to each other and figure it out, and inevitably they are successful the next time, so it's no different in a game, right?
100%. We're talking to the victorious head coach, Christy Francis. You're number one in the state, Coach. What kind of pressure is that on the ladies, and how are they handling that?
I don't know that they think about it that much. We don't talk about it. We do talk about winning the very next game. We obviously have our radar on winning the region. And as I told you before the game, we're preparing. Every time we step on the court, we try to treat it like a state game, and we try to learn something and execute something new that we might need down the road.
And so, coming from the largest deficit I'm sure you've faced all season long,
I don't know. We were down in Flagstaff, and then we were down in that tournament in Tucson too. But I don't know.
What do these do for you when you face that? When another team has that kind of lead and you're able to fight back from it, what does it do for your team?
Hopefully it instills confidence. It was just something that these girls, believe it or not, even though we're number one in the state, they don't have a lot of. And so when they can fight back and do it against a great team, hopefully that just gives them a little more faith in themselves and belief in themselves.
It's a great game, fun to watch.
Thank
Coach.
you so much.
Congratulations.
I love you guys being here.
Enjoy it, okay?
Thanks.
All right, Coach Francis, Christy Francis, the head coach of Show Low. They have defeated the Snowflake Lobos by a final of 42-37 in this one here at the Hatch Toyota Arena. Everybody, the boys' game is coming up in just a moment, so stick around for it, and we'll start a new broadcast for that here in just a couple of moments, everybody. I want to thank our broadcast team, led by our producer, Derek Simmons. Our technical director tonight is Joe Matthews. And working camera one up there, Big John Olistad on our broadcast. For the entire crew, Floyd Simmons right here, thanking you for joining us. Saying God bless you, everybody. And do return with us in just a couple of moments for the start of our next game, our next broadcast. It's Show Low boys team about to take on Snowflake in the second half of the broadcast doubleheader. Well, stand by for it. The Northland Basketball presentation tonight from Show Low, brought to you right here at the Sports Zone. Don't go anywhere.